What's up, guys? This is Kendall. I hope your week is off to a great start. This is my first attempt at making a nail polish video. I typically, if any of my Instagram followers see this or people I know, you guys know that I do swatch and review polishes pretty regularly over on Instagram, so I do encourage you to check that out. But trying to do videos is something that I have been thinking about for quite a while, and so I'm finally getting to start working on that. So I am new to this. I'm not a professional videographer, but I just really love to talk about nail polish, and so I want to be able to do that in different ways when I can. So I have been recently putting polls up on Instagram to ask folks which favorites list that they want to see, which colors, things like that. And so for the first one, the overwhelming majority said that they wanted to see my top favorite China Glaze polishes. And it was a little tricky at first because I was pretty sure I wouldn't be able to stick with just the top 10. And so I was more or less set on going with the top 20, and I'd selected 20 polishes. But then I started to think about it, and with that top 10, outside of that top 10, which ones are the ones that I absolutely always reach for or most often? So I was able to do it. I did come up with 10. Here's the proof. So we're going to talk about those today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through my top favorites. They're not really in any particular order, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about them, a little bit how they apply, and why I love them. And I'm also going to let you guys know where you can find these polishes. I will tell you that every polish I'm showing you here right now is, none of them are really super difficult to find. What I do is I usually, if I'm not sure about a polish, I will Google it and then I'll click the shopping tab and see what's going on eBay, or sometimes even the brand's website still has it. And another thing that I recommend to people, or another e-tailer for nail polish that I recommend, is polishpick.com. It is a great business. Diane does a fantastic job, and she has so many polishes available from so many past collections, not just new things. And one of the best things, other than the customer service, is that you get polishes half off retail price. So China Glazes are $3.25, OPIs are $5.50 or so, $5.25 or $5, anyway, they're half off. So I want to go ahead and get started. Before I do that, I do want to show you what I'm wearing on my nails today. It is this beautiful, bright, kind of darker, medium to darker blue. And this is called Fearlessly Alice from OPI. Now, this one's been around for a little bit. I don't remember what year the one movie came out. I actually got this because I've been looking for this color, because I've really been wanting this one. And on eBay, the cheapest option that I could find was one that came in this box, and it actually came with this other polish with it, which I have seen this polish swatched before. It's called a Mirror Escape. It's a gold polish with a lot of little like white matte glitters and different gold glitters in there. And so for $8.99, I was able to get this set and with these two polishes. Now, when I saw this set, when I saw this one swatched, the gold one, I kind of felt right away like I wasn't really going to care for this one. And it turns out I really don't. So if any of you would like this one, I would be more than happy to send it your way if you just comment below. And if you like this video, I do hope that you will hit like and that you will consider subscribing. I don't really have a set formula for every little thing that I'm going to be doing, or a set schedule that's set in stone for how I'm going to be doing these. But like I said, I love to talk about nail polish, and this intro is already ridiculously long, so we're just going to jump right into it. So I kind of did group these. They're not in order of like, number one is the most favorite one. But what I did do for the first ones is I grouped together about 3 of these. Yes, 3 of these are some of the first China Glazes that I ever purchased. Now, I really started getting into collecting nail polish. Well, I don't get it to collect it, but I started really getting into the nail polish community and swatching and things about 2 years ago. And so it was in 2018, kind of spring, summer in that area. And by fall, this polish had been released by China Glaze. The first one is TTYL. And if you can see this here, it's a really pretty, I'm sorry if there's a glare, I'm trying to work those things out too. But this is a very pretty rusty orange linear holographic, and this was actually a re-release. Back in 2008, China Glaze put out a collection, a 6-piece collection of linear holographics, and this was one of them, and they all have names that are kind of like, you know, like TTYL or OMG or, you know, BFF and things like that. So it was called the OMG collection. And it's my understanding that this was really, at least for the mainstream brands, the first major holographic collection out there. That's what I've heard. So in 2018, for the 10th anniversary of this one, they re-released them. I do have all of these. They are phenomenal. The formula is amazing. This one is my favorite of that collection though, because I just love this color. It's unique to a lot of things that it's not like anything else that I have in my collection. And I have a lot of polishes. If you know me, you know that I have close to 1,000 polishes. So it's not always very easy, especially with mainstream, to find something that's so totally unique, but I absolutely love this one. Coverage, you'll get it in one coat. I do too, just to enhance the color. It gets it very close to what you see in the bottle. And then of course it also enhances the holo. I also love wearing this matte, and I have to tell you about this one. I have had 3 bottles of this. So I got my original bottle, and then I at some point purchased 2 other backups because they were clearanced for like super cheap. And actually one of my friends, who may or may not see this video, she loved this whenever I would wear it. I get a lot of compliments on this one, but she loved it so much, so I gave her a bottle of it to enjoy. So I absolutely love this. Of all of these, this one could be slightly difficult to find. I think you will find it on various websites, probably for pretty cheap, because it may be clearanced out, but I definitely recommend this one. Another one, or the next one, which was one of my first China Glazes, this is one that, every brand has certain polishes that are just like the quintessentials, the classics, the ones that people keep coming back to year after year. They keep them in their collections and people just love them, and they're timeless. And this is one of them. This is called Ruby Pumps, and as you can see, it's a beautiful red. This is a red jelly base packed with red micro glitter. I always confuse those, but this is absolutely gorgeous. A blogger or a YouTuber that I follow, she's under the name Miss Holly Berries. She doesn't nail blog anymore, but this was one that I heard about from her. And it's my understanding that this was in a collection or in a duo or something with another polish called Lubu Heels. But this Ruby Pumps, I mean, it literally looks like ruby slippers, and it's just beautiful. I love jelly-based polishes. And another good thing about this, the micro glitter that's in this, it's super finely milled, so you're not going to have to worry about scrubbing off all this excess glitter. You do want to be careful because obviously polishes that are this color red and stuff can stain your skin if it gets on your skin, so you want to be careful about that. But red is my favorite color to wear on my nails. This is a beautiful holiday polish. I just love wearing it in the fall and winter, and it's just beautiful. So I would say that this is a cult classic China Glaze, and I definitely recommend it. Another one of the first ones that I bought, and this one's pretty easily available. This one comes from the 2015 Star Hopping collection they did, which was a collection of full coverage glitter polishes. It's a beautiful collection. And this one, if you can see here, I've posted about this one a few times, is like half gone. So you can see how much I've loved it. And this one is called You're Too Sweet, and it is a light rose pink packed. I mean, it is packed with a bunch of holographic glitters. I think it's mostly, micro glitters. This is absolutely gorgeous. What I love about this too is this is a full coverage glitter polish that is pretty easy to brush on. I mean, you can apply it with a sponge if you want to. Sometimes I'll brush on a layer and then I'll sponge over it just to ensure coverage, and then maybe and then just do your top coat. But it's opaque in 2 coats, which for a light color and a full coverage glitter, I think is just phenomenal. I think China Glaze does a really good job with polishes like this one, so I absolutely love that one. Another polish that I saw from Holly's blog that I absolutely loved, I would say again, this is another classic China Glaze. If you don't have it, you definitely should think about adding it to your collection. This one is called Four-Leaf Clover, and it is a beautiful bright, it's about down to here, it's a beautiful bright Kelly green. It's probably going to look a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter on camera, but I absolutely love this polish. It's a cream formula. The formula is incredible. A lot of people who use it say that they get it opaque in 1 coat. I'm pretty close, but I usually have to put on a 2nd coat, but it does thicken a little bit over time, so it's very easy for this to end up being a 1-coater. Another thing that I love about this one is the fact that if you want a bright color, like a bright green like this, but you don't necessarily want an eye-searing neon, this is a great option for you. And it's just a beautiful polish. It will look different sometimes depending on whether you're indoors or outdoors and different types of lighting, but it's absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love it. Okay, so another one that I would say is kind of a, I don't know if it's in the core line, but anytime I'm in a Rite Aid, I see this one available. So it's not difficult to get your hands on. I saw 1 bottle of this earlier that was like $3 something on eBay, so it's super easy to get. I don't remember the collection that it's from, but it's called Boho Blues, and if you can see, it is a beautiful periwinkle cream, and it's a blue leaning periwinkle, not a purple. Usually they lean purple or blue, and so this is just a really beautiful light blue. Again, amazing formula for such a light color. I get nearly 1 coat opacity. Sometimes I'll do a second, like a thin 2nd coat, but this is absolutely beautiful. Another one that I definitely recommend. I think it's great for spring and summer. I think even going into fall as you transition, I just think it's such a great color for that. So I found mine at a Rite Aid. Rite Aid usually keeps, you know, they keep, some are a little more limited than others, but most Rite Aid, you're going to find at least a basic amount or a basic collection, if you will, of China Glazes. So I absolutely love that one and definitely recommend it. Okay, so the next one is going to, actually the next 2 are actually from not this spring, but last spring's collection, which was called The Arrangement. So they had all floral themed names, and I think China Glaze is great at putting out collections with a wide variety of finishes and colors. And while that can be kind of risky because, say, one is hit or miss for you formula-wise, you like that finish, but you're not so much about the formula, that can get a little tricky. I do feel like this collection was a little bit underrated. I know a lot of people I know were a bit critical of it, but I think that they had a great variety of shades and finishes. And my 2 absolute favorites from that one, this one, the first one is There She Rose Again, and it's pretty much your standard kind of bubblegum pink, maybe medium bubblegum pink. It's like a slight blue tone to it, but the thing that I love about this one, other than the color, is the fact that it is a jelly polish. I love jelly polishes because they are so versatile. You can do so much with them. You can wear this on its own in anywhere from 1 to 3 coats if you want a wash of color or if you want full color. And I also like to do jelly sandwich manicures with this. One of my favorites is to put this down and then over that Essie's Galentine, which is a beautiful glitter that has white and light pink, carnation pink matte glitters, matte hex glitters, and some micro shimmer or micro glitters. And I absolutely, then I top it with this, and it's just so pretty. Again, great for spring, great for summer. It's just a really beautiful color. I will mention though, because this is a jelly, because it's sheer, there's a difference in getting a polish opaque and getting it even. With a jelly polish or a sheer polish of any kind, they are intentionally sheer. So it's very likely, especially if you wear them on your own, on their own, that you're probably going to see some nail line with the finished manicure. That's the intention. That's on purpose because it's a sheer polish. Now, of course, The concern would be, is it even? And this one really is. It has a great formula, and so it evens out really well. I like to wear it on its own a lot, usually at 2 to 3 coats, but it's just absolutely beautiful. I need to find a backup of this one because I love it. Okay, the other one from that collection that I love is this beautiful blue. I'm not sure how it's gonna, oh, it's coming up pretty nicely on camera, but this is maybe a little bit lighter, but if you can tell, it's almost like a navy blue color. I absolutely love this one. This one's called Saved by the Bluebell, which I thought was a really cute name for this one. And this is another jelly finish. This is a jelly polish. I would actually put it a little more on the crelly side, but it's definitely more jelly than it is cream. And I absolutely love this one. This is another one in 2 to 3 coats. I usually wear it at 3. It's just absolutely beautiful. And the great thing about jelly polishes is when you put those on and they dry super shiny even without top coat. So once you put the top coat on, because you should never skip that, I mean, it just makes it even better. So it's absolutely gorgeous. I love that. Now, last fall's collection was called GaN West, and that has probably got to be one of, at least so far, my favorite China Glaze collection. I remember seeing the promo pictures, and I'm a teacher, and I was really getting into all things American West last summer and learning more and watching more documentaries, and I was just getting so into that. So I was really excited when they announced the fall theme for their collection, and it was the West. So I love these. Actually, when I was going to do the top 20, I think there were like 4 of those polishes in there. So I got it down to 2 for the top 10. And this one is one that I saw in the promo pictures and thought, oh, that's really pretty. When I got it, the bottle, I was just like, wow, it's really pretty. But this actually ended up being my favorite in the collection. This one is called Buffalo Bills, Bills, Bills. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I talk about this one all the time. It is basically a brown jelly base, and it has this really pretty like gold to green shifting shimmer. So depending on the light you're in, it never really looks the same twice on your nails, or it doesn't look the same from one light source to another, rather. But I absolutely love this one. The formula is beautiful. I think that China Glaze does these polishes, they do these so well because, you just get that shimmer and you get that shift. And that's something that you see in a lot of indie polishes, and I just think they do a really great job. It's opaque in 2 coats. I absolutely love it for fall. It was actually one of my top favorite polishes of 2019 that I posted about over on Instagram. I absolutely love this one. So the next one would have probably been my default favorite because I love reds. This one is called Campfired Up, and it is, some people define it as a standard red cream. I wouldn't say that. I mean, it isn't the most unique color in the world, but I actually think that this red is a little bit dustier. It has kind of a more muted, dusty quality to it, and I love that. If any of you saw Morgan Taylor's collection for holiday of 2019, they did their second Marilyn Monroe collection, and that one had a red very similar to this, Classic Red Lips it was called, and it again, it had that kind of muted look, and I absolutely love this. This one is, I would call this a 1 coat, or sometimes I have to put like a thin second on, but it's just absolutely beautiful. The application is flawless, and I just love, like I said, these more muted colors. It's perfect for fall and even into winter. I mean, you can wear anything anytime you want, but anyway, that's my preference. So the last one that we have is actually the newest one. Of all these, this is the newest release, and this is another one that was really popular on my Instagram page, and this one is called Pink and Poppy. This year's spring collection was inspired by the Trolls World Tour movie, and I've never seen that, and I don't have really any idea what that's about, but this polish, if you don't get any other polish from that collection, you want it to be this one. This one is beautiful. Even for China Glaze, I feel like that's really saying something, that this is really unique. So what you have is this beautiful pink base, and then you have all of this pink shimmer in it, and then you have very, very small, darker pink micro glitters, and it's just absolutely beautiful on the nail. The finish almost looks like it would be slightly textured. It really isn't, but I absolutely love this one. It's opaque in 2 coats. I love that China Glaze ended up switching their brush a couple years ago now and making it a little bit wider, but The formula is just flawless. It applies beautifully. It's opaque in 2 coats, and I absolutely love this one. I think China Glaze does a really good job with pink polishes in general. So that is it. That is my collection of top 10 favorite China Glaze polishes. I have not heard anything about what the fall collection is going to be for this year. We've heard about OPI, Essie, I think, you know, some of the indie brands, but I haven't heard anything about China Glaze yet, so I'm pretty excited about what that's going to look like. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I so appreciate you checking it out. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and I would love it if you would subscribe. What I really want to do is be able to have my videos on Instagram as well. So if I figure out how to do that, I'll upload it there as well. But I will leave my Instagram link in the box below. And again, most of these polishes, actually all these polishes, you should be able to find online pretty easily. But let me know what other kind of videos you would like to see, and if you have any favorite China Glazes that you want to share, please let me know. And again, I appreciate you for watching this, and I will talk to you in the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye.